Hello everyone, welcome to Master Excel Now. And today we begin the first chapter of Excel for Beginners. I'm going to introduce you to the Excel work environment so that you become comfortable. And as we proceed with our chapters, you are able to comprehend the terminology that is going to be used. So on the very top here, you have a quick access bar. This quick access bar becomes very handy when you have to do actions which are quite often used and can be found here. You can even customize these, which we will see in the later stages of our chapters. Next to it is the name of the book. By default, the name of the book is Book 1. You can change it to any based on your data. Then we have these groups called File, Home, Insert, Data, Formula, etc. These are called tabs. In each of these tabs, this bar is called the ribbon. These groups have the icons or functions which can be used within these groups. Each of these groups can contain more, and you can customize them. For the beginners, this data set, which has already been arranged by Microsoft, is good enough to be used. As a beginner, you would have to use these to understand how data is entered, processed, and manipulated for meaningful information. The next is we have this individual entity, which you see here. This is referred to as a cell, intersection of the column which are starting with A, B, C, D, and rows which start with numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we go here and we have an intersection, then we call it a cell. It is referred to by the combination of the alphabet and the number. For example, the cell in blue is cell A1. This segment, which is cell A1, and then you have FX and you have a type bar. For example, hello. It is very, very important because when you're working with larger data sets and you want to see where you are, you would get to see yourself here. So you would get to see which cell, which column you are in. So here I'm in column H and row 11. So this is the intersection I am in right now. The next thing you have is this formula bar. Here, whatever we type goes into the cell. It could be a formula or it could be a simple text, just like we said, hello. Hello, I am learning. So here, whatever we enter, whether it's a formula or a text or a number, goes into the cell. The next we have is this, which is referred to as a sheet 1. You can have multiple sheets. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can even rename them. For example, I can say sheet 1 to be my master data. Sheet 2 can be my filtered data, and so on. So a combination of sheets, whether it is 1, 2, 10, it is referred to as a workbook. Within a workbook, you have worksheets. Data can be called from one workbook to another, one worksheet to the another. So you may have two different files from Excel wherein you can share data between them, or you can have different worksheets within the same workbook and you can share data between them. Entering a text is very simple in Excel. Here, when you click on a cell, you will have a border selecting that particular cell, and all you need to do is start typing. So here, for example, I'm going to type full names. So here, what I want to do is I want to enter all the full names of my data set. Next, I probably want to enter phone numbers. So now I'm making a data set for probably my clients with their full name and their phone numbers. So if I say John Doe is my client, so let me enter his phone number, for example, 91-568-789-9988. So now I have a phone number, which is a number here. In this environment, we also have one very important thing, and that would come quite handy as we move further with our chapters. So let's say I have number 1, number 2, and here I have, let's say, 4 and 5. So when I select both of them, I get here as average, count, and sum. So the average of both the numbers is 4.5, which is 9 divided by 2. There are two entries, hence the count is 2. And if we add both the numbers, 4 plus 5 equals to 9. So here, quite often when you're doing formulas and you get an output, if you want to compare, you can select that range and it can give you the answer. If it matches your formula, that means you've placed it correctly. So we will be checking this quite often in our future chapters to see is the output correct or not. And then next to it is the working pane. So here it says the page layout, here it says the page break view, and here is a zoom. So you can zoom your worksheet, you can zoom out based on what you need to see and how much exposure you need. You can zoom in and zoom out. So these are a few things that will come real handy when we work in our future chapters and we learn more about Excel. I hope you like the content. Please do like, share, and subscribe the channel. We will have the next chapter up in a short while. Thank you.